So let's talk about our correction fatigue process model. This is going to be like a little involved, but it has a lot of meat to it, so to speak. And it's about how correction fatigue happens over time. We'll start on the right side, where we have the types of work stressors that you guys encounter in your work setting. And I've broken them down to three major categories. One is operational, which is running operations 24/7. It can be about shift work, mandatory overtime. It could be a variety of operational matters and policies and procedures that deal with operational matters. The other type of stressors that we have is people, organizational. We have human beings managing other human beings in corrections. We may have things that are stressors in that category. For example, people having personality clashes with each other, conflict, and it could be amongst staff individually, ranks, different ranks, could be staff versus the incarcerated individuals. All of these can be stressors. And then we have traumatic. Now, I want to say that with operational and organizational, you can find them in any work environment. But traumatic is kind of unique to a lot of first responder work and definitely very much part of corrections. We have traumatic incidents in corrections that can be direct or indirect, meaning people either witness them or experience them in real time, or they learn about them at a later time. That's the indirect. And these three groups that I have up there, operational, organizational, and traumatic, interact with each other. For example, if on the operational end, a facility is very short-staffed, the chances of an assault may increase. Just because the staffing is so low, they may assault somebody. And that, of course, is trauma right there. And that can provoke all kinds of organizational stressors because people may start blaming somebody, being mad at somebody. So all the stuff keeps swirling around over and over and over again. And as this happens, it has an impact. It doesn't happen in a vacuum. And over time, as that big circle shows, the impact builds and increases. And as it builds, it starts causing things like negative personality changes. For example, somebody gregarious and social and super friendly and trusting becomes aloof and distant and morose. And other changes might be declined health, and it can be physical health. People talk about weight gain in corrections, for example, high blood pressure, psychological health gets affected. People struggling with depression, post-traumatic stress, anxiety. Of course, that would result in impaired functioning. People cannot work as well and function as well at home or at work or in the community when their health is not in good shape and when their personality is kind of getting in the way, so to speak. And so as this increases over time, it builds into that core of correction fatigue. And so the individual is showing those signs and people say, oh my gosh, you don't want to be around him. He is a bear to work with. Or a spouse might say, I don't know who you are. You're not the person I married. I don't like you anymore. If enough people in a facility or in an office or in any type of organization in corrections have those issues, then the whole workforce culture shows the same signs. So you may have somebody coming in from the training academy all pumped up, ready to go, loving every moment of being a corrections officer, and enters your facility and gets hit with the atmosphere of cynicism and disinterest and depression, kind of negativity. And they may think, oh my goodness, what did I get myself into? So correction fatigue that staff may carry becomes an organizational stressor in a way that hits the new people showing up at that place. And so it feeds itself. And it keeps getting like a snowball, bigger and bigger and bigger, until somebody steps into this and starts changing things, calling them what they are and intervening. So this is in a nutshell, the whole correction fatigue process model. If you have any questions, you can ask them of your instructor. You can email us at admin@desertwaters.com if you have any further questions about the model I proposed here.